All right, so it looks like we got a slower joining of the video. So I think what we'll do is we'll get started, and like I said, this will be on the top of the page for Modern Combat Sports. Most of the live streams from now on will be on this page. Keep it on the Modern Combat Sports page.
That's right.
So every Monday, just to let you guys know, there will be a live stream, and we will be going through Guns of the Week. We're going to kind of be issuing this new program for you guys to kind of interact with us, ask us questions. We're going to be doing tech videos live. We're going to be doing upgrade videos for a lot of the new markers and new systems that we have. And we're also going to be auctioning off a gun every single episode. So it's a really intense incentive for you guys to get involved with and watch the videos, subscribe to our YouTube channels, all that. We will be auctioning off markers every single episode. Custom built here at the shop. Live. So it's only going to be active for when you're in the live stream. So if you try to join later, you comment in the video, which I'm sure we'll have people that are doing that. It's only for the live broadcast. So at the end of the broadcast, the auction will receive that marker. Okay. Since we're going to be, the new MCS is going to be very active on social media. So make sure you guys get and follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook especially. We are consolidating the pages, so Modern Combat Sports and MCS are going to be the only two pages that are going to be available for you guys in correlation with the company itself. So make sure you go, you share those pages, you get out there and follow us. And like I said, these live streams are going to help us hear from you guys on a weekly basis, as well as keep you guys informed with every little thing that we're doing here. So this particular video is going to be about the ambassador program. A lot of people since our last live stream have been emailing us regarding the ambassador program. What is it? How do I become a part of it? What exactly is it? We're going to clarify that information in this video so we can kind of weed out a lot of these emails and inquiries that we're receiving. Okay, so I'm going to give it off to Mike. Mike's going to be taking care of it and head charging this entire program, so he's going to kind of start off and go through some of the information from here.
So some of the things that we wanted to kind of point out is what the ambassador program was supposed to incorporate and what was it supposed to be about. A lot of people are requesting, thinking that it is a sponsorship program. Well, most sponsorship programs are a company giving you things to represent them, and you wear our gear or swag. Magfed needs a bigger boost than that, not just somebody being a sponsored player. Jonathan and I both come from a sports background where we know and dealt with a lot of sponsorships, and a lot of that is usually from some kind of marketing value, where unfortunately Magfed is still not at that crest where you have a true marketing value, unless you've been able to create a persona for yourself, i.e. Nightmare Paintball, Reaper, Wolf. Those guys have a marketing value. And a lot of the players that are out here, we're just playing rec ball, we're just playing Milsim, we're just, out at your local fields. But Magfed needs to grow. And the only way for it to happen is generally, it's happening by word of mouth. It doesn't really happen by us broadcasting on our Facebook and our YouTubes and things like that. It's usually somebody sees it at a field and questions, what is that? And we've seen that over the years, where social interaction is what brings more people into Magfed. So as an ambassador, the idea is us being able to help the players and help what they want to do and what they want to play, their style of play, as in Magfed, but in turn also those players helping us as a whole. So we're kind of helping each other help the whole sport as a whole grow. Like I've told the many people that have asked about the ambassador program, it's not about MCS Sports, our products. It's about Magfed as a whole. I don't care if you stand in front of this flag with players and you show a First Strike marker, a Milsig marker, a Die Down. It's about Magfed growing as a whole, and that's what it needs. We need a boost because we are a niche within a niche. And without that support from these ambassadors, it's not going to grow. So that's like kind of the first and foremost thing that we need to clarify with a lot of people, that the ambassador program is not a sponsorship. It is an ambassador program. You become an ambassador for Magfed paintball as a whole. And you're promoting it within your area. We're helping you to help yourself in your area, because Yes, the East Coast has a huge following, and they get large games down south with ODSC. They do great things, and they have their monthly MFOGs, and they get a great following, a lot of players' interest. They've grown it in Southern California a lot more than Northern California has. Now I've got groups up here in Northern California who are starting. You got the ODNC guys, you got the Magfed Legion that are actually going to be hosting a game next weekend on the 14th, their Fog of War game. So there are a lot of people who need this help, but all that in the middle. You got Oklahoma, you know, players that are calling from Montana, Mississippi. I mean, they're not getting anything, and they're in rural areas where they go and how do I get more paintball, more Magfed in my field? I'm the only player. Or it's me and my cousin and nobody else, and we're playing against a bunch of hopper balls. Those are what we're looking for. We're looking to help those people expand Magfed in the area and as a whole community, grow it for everywhere. And what does that incorporate? There's different levels. I mean, there's just being an ambassador. We'll give you some swag, some shirts, and some hats, and things that you generally will just wear for you, yourself, your team, and just kind of represent as a whole what is Magfed can provide as a different way of playing the sport. But then there's also those ones that will schedule team meetups, Magfed only games. Even if it's Magfed versus Pump, it's still a limited style of play. Then of course there's the next level where you're not just scheduling a Magfed game, you're actually creating a Magfed scenario. A Magfed scenario that has some military simulation type style of play, not just capture the flag, but actual objective-based games. So that's kind of what we're trying to look for. I know there's a lot of people out there that have applied for ambassadorships, they've gotten ambassadorships. One of the main things that we ask for is just pictures of you guys having a great time. I don't care who the players are, what they're holding in their hand. We're not at that level where we're trying to be strictly just MCS products. Now, if we ever decide from our group of ambassadors to pick a particular person or team to be a sponsored team, of course, then that's when we'll take it to that next level. But right now, that hasn't been reached out to anybody. Anything else you can think of?
I mean,
I know a lot of people are asking about being ambassadors and starting an ambassadorship in their area. I have a lot to clean up. I got to go through the whole list of ambassadors and see who each person is. This was previously managed by Dave. So now I got to take that on. Dave has moved on. He started Blue Line Paintball. So I do recommend anybody who is looking for something, definitely check out Blue Line Paintball. Dave does some really good things. He's very knowledgeable in many aspects. I mean, he's got an airsoft background, a military background, paintball background, and Magfed paintball background. So, I mean, he's kind of done it all full circle, and he can definitely be a source of knowledge. But he's gone to the point where he's ready to start his own thing and really grow paintball in Florida. And hopefully he'll continue to do that. But now I kind of got to take where he left off and kind of get to know a lot of these people. I don't know a lot of the players that he's met on the East Coast and people that he's interacted with, and it's going to take me some time. So I really don't expect me to personally have the time to start really communicating back and forth with these ambassadors probably early February. You know, give me some time to really kind of communicate and find out who everybody is and whether they're meeting the minimum requirements or we can take that to the next level of what we're looking for. Because each ambassadorship you do sign up for, it is only a one-year term before we re-look at your contract and see if you're somebody that is active enough to remain that status. Because we want to be able to refer players to you in your area. You know, somebody calls me from, you know, Mississippi, and I know there's an ambassador in that area. I'm going to send them to come looking for you because you're the one that's supposed to be scheduling these games and coordinating Magfed meetups. But if you're not active, I don't want to refer them to you because whatever may be happening, we got to find somebody else.
I think too, with the ambassador program, our intention is not to intimidate anyone with the program. I think right now with all the ambassadors that we have, like Mike said, we really need to go through all of you guys, and we want to become familiar. This is a real relationship, not just from a business perspective that can essentially help you out in the future, or if that's what you want to be an ambassador for, but our main priority is to grow the sport. That's hands down what it is. And I think a lot of people in the past have had this misconception about the ambassador program where it's just a way for us to have people do the legwork for us. And that's not it at all. If you guys want to use a T15, if your team is a T15 lovers, then use a T15. We're not asking you to buy our products. We're asking you to grow the sport and in turn represent MCS in a light that is productive and positive in the Magfed community. Obviously, with the ambassador program, you are representing us to some extent. Now, whether that's a sponsorship in the future or, like you said, the ambassador program, it is a reflection on us, and that is something that we do hold very highly, just for the fact that we're trying to be completely transparent with you guys, like we said in the beginning of the other video. Our intention is to grow the sport the best that we can and be a company that helps lead the charge in the Magfed world. So keep that in mind with the ambassador program. The stipulations and the criteria in which you apply, don't take it too seriously. We don't take it very super seriously, but it's also important to us because we want to make sure that you guys are doing your end of the bargain if we're going to be the ones helping you represent the community as well.
One of the biggest things that MCS can support are not one but many things. We can get you the tech information that you need to help other players on the field, get you parts, repair kits, the training that you need. That's one of the biggest factors when it comes to playing paintball, because you need players to play against, and you need to help these guys on the field, whether they have one of ours, one of any of the brand out there, Music, Max Tac, anyone that have a failed equipment, even ours. I mean, they're out of the game, and you got one less player to play against or play with. That means you have a couple different options. One, line them up markers, or two, have the knowledge and experience and know-how to help them resolve the problem quickly. Every system will fail at one point or the other. Leaks, break, chop, whatever. That's inherent of paintball. We shouldn't paintball. It breaks. I mean, that's what it's intended to do. So we will fail. And knowing how to overcome a failure quickly or later on, one or the other, on field, off field, doesn't matter. Have that knowledge and support behind you. That's how we can grow the sports. Because if a player have a bad experience, let's say they bought a brand new marker, they went to the field and have a bad experience with a system that reflects to the sport as a whole, not just a product or a brand, but the whole sport. Like one less player we lost just because we're not supporting a player, or we don't have the knowledge to support each other. Something simple as loading, something simple as putting a tank on. I mean, we played paintball for a long time, and we run all types of players play that. It just how to install a tank, what kind of tank to use, I mean, just simple things like that can conducive to equipment failure, and something like that. We lose a player and have a bad reputation due to that. That's what the ambassador program is about. We want to give you that knowledge and support behind the equipment.
And one of the other things that we made sure we gave was the ability for people to have their own small rental fleet locally at a very inexpensive cost, and even a risk-free cost. I mean, it's $500. You get 5 low-end Magfed markers and 50 mags. It's enough for you to just have your own loader fleet. It's $500 for the whole set, and it's basically just a retainer because you have the option to return it at any time and get your money back. So it's just really a way for us to get people the equipment they need to grow the sport in their area, but at the same time, both parties aren't losing out. I mean, we don't just give away 5 guns and 50 mags and then have that person decide, I'm done with paintball and disappear. So that kind of obviously puts the less risk factor on ourselves, but as you as a player, if you're at a point in your life where something has gone awry and you can't continue, you have that option to say, you know what, I can't do this right now, can I return it, get my money back, and move on, no harm, no foul. So it's something that we implemented to try, again, to just grow the sport as a whole. And every person is more than welcome to apply, and we'll take every application based on what your game plan is and who you are and standing in the community and whether you're active or not, to go ahead and accept you as part of our ambassador program. And just, again, try to grow the sport for everyone.
I think to add to what, just a little bit of what KT was talking about, the support aspect. I think RAP4 in the past, as a lot of you see in, you know, the forums and the groups and things, have had a relatively not exceptional past as far as support. And, you know, this is something moving forward that we want to make sure that with our products or not, I think we do get a lot of you guys coming in asking questions about systems that we don't even offer on our website, that aren't even here. And we do our best to answer those questions. And we're human beings, okay? All of us are human beings here. We do our best. I think nowadays the social media aspect of where one person has a bad experience, Facebook is a resource for venting and also bashing. So for all you keyboard heroes out there that have these bad experiences, you know, keep in mind, we're human beings here, and we would definitely appreciate you reaching out to us with the experiences that you're having. And I know that myself, you know, Valerie in the office, and Jamie, KT, Mike, we are, especially now, available at almost every hour of the day. So, I mean, if you have questions or concerns or problems or anything with our products, let us know. Reach out to us, call us. Don't email, don't go to the Facebook page. Call the number on the website. We will answer during business hours. If we do not, you leave a voicemail. The voicemail system and our new system here integrates everything to our cell phones. So we are checking. I know me personally, I'm checking, KT's checking, Mike's checking. So there's really no excuse for us not to contact you back, and I've rarely seen a case where that's happening. So keep that in mind with the ambassador program as well. We are going to be doing tech videos and meetings with our ambassadors on the sponsored players page. We may do it on this site. So, you know, you guys that aren't ambassadors or not interested in ambassadors, but you use our products, can come in, and we're going to be doing live tech videos. I think one of the biggest issues that we have is for especially the East Coast, where we don't have a distributor, we don't have a certified technician out there. You guys are left with no choice to have to send your guns all the way to here to California for us to fix. And we can understand that frustration. So the big part of the ambassador program with the support is really important to me, because I'm one of the guys that works on a lot of your guys' repairs here, and I know Jamie does too. So I would definitely feel more comfortable to reflect those customers to our ambassadors on the East Coast or even around the world, to be able to be confident enough to take our product, take it down, fix it, replace it with parts, and you know, we can support you on all levels of that. So keep that in mind, guys. I just want to kind of I wanted to let that out, because we are going to be doing a lot of these broadcasts. A lot of people have many opinions, both positive and negative, and we want to let you know that, you know, you can have your opinion, but you know, we also have ours, and we're not here to bash any other company or any other products. We're here to represent the community as a whole, and also give you guys a product that can definitely, or hopefully, lead the way in Magfed's growth as a whole. What else we got here? Let's see. You got anything else? The rental thing? The live chat. Yeah, that's one thing, Brian. The live chat is available 24/7, guys. So if you do have problems at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're taking apart a Blizzard, go in the chat. That's one of the best aspects of the system. I have a newborn baby at home, so I'm usually up around that time, so I can try to help you out with that. As far as the ambassador program, the process in which you will apply, we're going to put up a blog post on the website, mcsus.com. It will have all the information of kind of basically what we expect from our ambassadors. It's not a make or break thing. These are just very small responsibilities that we ask in return for the ambassador program, and there'll also be an application. The application will be filled out by you, of course, and submitted. We haven't decided if we're going to do that online, or are they just going to print it out and email it, or?
We will have, first phase, we just have a form, going to be PDF format, and then as we progress, we will improve it doing it online and just fill out a form. Basically, information, just get to know you more. The idea is we want to build a relationship, to know the players, to know the team, and to make sure that we're able to get the right support and give you the right support. Sometimes not a fit, and we'll find a solution for you, but if you want to grow the sport in your area, we'll give you the tools that you need to do it. We'll provide you the product, the loaner, and if you don't, we'll provide you the material, the knowledge, the technology to make it happen. As with we built the bounty program, that one of the reasons why we did that is to get more players to come out. It's not just the Magfed players, but all paintball players, or just even people who are interested in any type of shooting sport. It's just the interaction, just having fun. And one of the biggest things that we're looking to do is to grow the sport locally. Now, I mean, before when I first started playing paintball, I go to a field, I probably get about 20 players. So you get 20 and 20, but the last time I went, I barely get 10. So 10 on 10, and I just hop a ball as well. So the industry has kind of dropped down quite a bit. And we're trying to grow the Magfed side. That's even worse. So you're talking about paintball, you're talking about Magfed. It's really two separate type of game, and the Magfed group is even smaller than paintball. So trying to get players to invest into equipment to try our type of play, it's hard. That's why we're initiate the ambassador program to break the barrier by providing loaner. We start the first ambassador group that we did, it was under a different name back then. It's the ODSC. We provide them with 10 or 20 of our tactical MKB markers, and look at where they are now. They grew. I mean, they start with a few players, 10, and now every month they have over 100 players. And because of their hard work, their leadership, Jeff, Kusha, and Anthony, they are pretty much the forefront of the Magfed. And now, looking from East Coast to West Coast, all over the world, their Magfed game almost every weekend. We want that to be a regular thing where you can just walk to a paintball field and you have a Magfed game. Now you can't do that. It's almost impossible to have a Magfed game unless you go to a Pacific event or Pacific game that it's already been scheduled. You can't just walk in and, you know what, let's go play Magfed paint. You don't have that. You can't have that. Well, not yet. That's why we want to break that barrier by providing loaner equipment, by providing the support behind it, not just the product, but also the technical support behind it, and support every brand and manufacturer to build a knowledge base to support each other. That's talk about support, right? That's how Tippmann got to be so popular and such a good, strong brand, because they have the support behind it. Been around for 20 years. Every field will have someone knows how to service a Tippmann. Every store, paintball store, will know how to service a Tippmann. So, but Magfed it's different. I mean, the magazine is the system on its own. Magazine fail, the gun fail. You don't load the magazine properly, the gun fail. There's so many moving parts, so many different things that can go wrong, and that's why the education, the learning curve is a little bit different. So from you need to see new players coming to the sport, walk them through. You don't have to sell them the product. You don't have to sell them the world, but just, hey, you know what? This is what you need to do. It may not work, may work. This is my experience. Share that. It will help us a lot. I mean, not just us, but help the sport quite a bit.
Timothy.
Real quick, yeah, I have a few questions coming in here. Timothy Brooks is asking about your loaner package. Can it be customized? Can it be changed? Yes, it can be. Obviously, the price is going to be different. Another person mentioned, is it 500 or is it 1,000? Maybe I misspoke.
Depends. Well,
It's
depends on
500.
it depends on what you're getting. Well, we first start with 1,000. It comes with 468, Hurricane, Bolt, and so on. But we are actually moving all that up together. So all the I mean, if you're applying for ambassadorship, we will talk to you. We will walk you through. We're going to find out what you're trying to accomplish. Are you a one-man team that's trying to get the sport going in your local, or are you a 10-man team that's trying to kind of have a game every month, or are you a 100-man team that's trying to put an event every month or bi-monthly or so on. So we look at what you're trying to do, and then we customize the support behind it, rather than we're trying to cookie cutter this. When we first started out, just kind of, okay, everybody getting the same thing. It doesn't really work. We have tried that, doing it for over a year. And for example, Hugh Perry, we're asking him to do a game every month. And he said, well, Texas is hot. I can't have a game every month. I mean, seriously, right? So we're going to stand there. So we'll let's cool that down a little bit. Just play when it's cooled down. So, or somebody in the north, I can only place, in the winter it's too cold. So we're trying to accommodate that by changing the system. We can't just have. We thought it would work as a cookie cutter, but it's not like that. So we feel that we have to be more committed to what we're doing. So we have to grow and talk and communicate and find out the best package that will work for you.
And there is a $500 package, which is just, again, the inexpensive bolt. So it allows us to do that. But also, I believe it only comes with 25 mags, not 50. So we give you less mags.
It's a 50 D mags or 25 helix.
Yeah. So as each ambassador does need to keep in mind where they play. See, we're in sunny California. Great weather all the time, just about. So you can find a good paintball that will work in a helix mag with no problems. But again, if you're in the southeast and you got the humidity,
swelling,
helix mags may not always be the best option for you. That's why the D mag was created. I hear a lot of people that say they love their D mags, but they hate the flip. Well, there's a little sacrifice there. A low-end $6 mag is going to have its downfalls.
Has its quirks, right?
Yeah, but one of the reasons, excuse me, the main reasons for the helix mags was because we spent years with the old wind-up 20-round mags with the really strong springs and selling it to people who were new to Magfed and had no idea and nobody to help them. And they go to their local field and they buy the $25, $35 case of paint, try to put it through a wind-up mag, and it just becomes soup. So we knew that there was something else that needed to be done. That's one reason why the D-mags still have really soft springs, so that it can feed just about any paintball at your local field. So those are also things to keep in mind when you're applying for ambassadorship. I know a lot of people, I want 20 rounds, I want the helix because that's all they see. But they got to understand, when you get the helix, you now have to find a more robust paintball like a Falcon Graffiti or a Nelson Anarchy or a Marbleizer. You can't just use anything. Whereas with the D-mags, you can use just about any paintball that your field is willing to give you for your games. Because a lot of fields, they're not going to go out of their way and order a whole different special type of paintball just for you, especially when you're just starting out. They got to see that it's going to be beneficial for them before they'll invest that. And that's just a business decision. It's nothing personal. They also, so Timothy also asked about being able to sell some of your fleet. Technically, when we hand it to you, it's yours. So yes, you can sell it, and then you can make a decision. I mean, you still need 5 more markers for your fleet. You can flip them, and whatever you sell it for, then you take that money and buy another one. We'll give it to you again at the low end wholesale cost. So you can go ahead and grow your fleet. The other added benefit of being an ambassador is that you do get a coupon code for your local area. And what it's for you to do is, as you grow the sport in your area, offer that coupon code. If somebody wants to buy our product, if they don't and they want to buy something else, that's fine. Don't ever discourage somebody. But if they do, and whatever they buy on our website, they get a 10% discount, and then 5% of that sale then gets kicked back to you as an ambassador as store credit. And now you can build that store credit up for multiple uses. You can do it for raffle prizes at some of your games. You could add to your fleet. I have an ambassador, Richard Reed. I think he's already bought 4 sets of, so he started with 5 and he flipped a couple of them, then he got 5 more, and then he bought a second set of 5, and I think he's up to like 22 loaner guns. You know, this is in Idaho, so it's a region that still has a lot to grow. That's where your benefits come in. Plus that 5% kickback, again, you can add it to your fleet, you can get it for swag, you can get it for a raffle prize, whatever it is. So yes, there is a little bit coming back to us, but a majority of it is to the player that you're selling to and to you as an ambassador to help you what you want. And that's really just because us here in all the way out in California, it's not that easy for us to get out to games. I mean, we all got families, we all got things going on. I've burned myself out a couple of times getting to game after game after game, weekend after weekend, and it just, as much as I'd love to get out there to some of these games and some of these guys that are hosting them, even locally, I just can't. I got other things going on. So that's even exponentially more when we're trying to get to the East Coast. I mean, I still have plans to get out there soon, but you know, it hasn't happened. Dave filled that gap for us, and he did a really good job for that, helped us with a lot of questions out on the East Coast. But again, he's got his own aspiring dreams and his own little business that he wants to move forward with, and
Right.
hopefully he does well with that.
One thing too with the ambassador program, I think a lot of you guys are asking about the quality of the fleet that you receive. These are not excess part guns that we have in the back. These aren't like the ones that didn't sell, they were defective and we fixed them up. They're not refurbished. These are brand new units that are made here. When you agree to the ambassador program, we figure out what you want to do with it, and then they're sent to you, brand new. So for all you guys out there that, you know, I'm sure we're going to get some keyboard heroes. They're going to say, oh, it's probably just junk that we have in the back. That's not it. You're getting a brand new unit. With the ambassador program as well, as far as a customization with the units, you know, call us and we'll work with you on that. I know me specifically, and Jamie, we can build custom packages for you guys that want that. Obviously, cost permitting, you know, that's something that if you have the investment or you want to make that investment, then we'll meet you there. Don't be discouraged. Don't think that the ambassador program is a cut and dry type of thing. We want to develop a relationship with you as not just a player, but essentially, hopefully within the future, a business relationship. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to contact us. We are going to be your best resources. I stress that so much because we get a lot of horror stories about people who tell them certain things about the ambassador program or about our parts and blah, blah, blah. Those are not resources. If they're not if they're not employed by MCS, they're probably not going to be the best resource for you right out the gate. Contact us with questions or concerns all the time.
For ambassadors, if you need parts, let us know. We'll get you the parts you need. Especially you have a rental fleet or loaner fleet that's out there. You need to have the equipment, upkeep the equipment. So you need repair part, call us, tag us in, and we'll get you the parts you need. That's one of the benefits of having a loaner fleet from us, because your magazine that's go bad, let us know. Anything that's go wrong with the equipment, let us know. So that way we can get you the parts you need to upkeep them, and that way when you hand it out to the next person who uses it, it's actually functional, not just hand them equipment that's you just don't know, right?
I think if you're interested in becoming an ambassador that is going to take on a rental fleet, we want you to be very confident in our product. Okay, there is a learning curve that, like Mike talked about earlier, on Magfed markers, not just ours. So for you ambassadors that are interested in obtaining loaner fleets, attend the tech stuff. If you want to have a one-on-one session with me or Jamie or KT or Mike, we can schedule that. We can work with you so you can become proficient in the takedown, assembly, troubleshooting of each of our systems. You know, KT and I and Mike will be doing videos here, and we'll try to include some of them in the weekly broadcast, but these will be videos that will be uploaded to the YouTube page to help everyone that has our product, not just ambassadors. But for you, ambassadors specifically, ideally, we wouldn't want you to take on a loaner fleet and then if something goes wrong, be like, oh, well, we're on our own. You know, that's not how it's going to be. We want you to be confident in our systems and whatever investment you're giving us, we want to make sure that you understand the product 360 degrees. So that way, you know, when you give it out to these new players and you're kind of educating them on that, that's going to make them feel more comfortable as a player, as well as someone who potentially may want to buy the product from you using your coupon code or promo code. So, like I said, it's a revolving door of a lot of contributing factors is in the ambassador program, but priority number one is to grow the sport. So just keep that in mind for all you guys out there that have these second thoughts about the ambassador program. Anyone have any questions about the ambassador program? Our ambassadors, one thing before we start the questions, our ambassadors that are ambassadors now, we will be contacting you, either me or Mike will contact you. We are going to be doing some reevaluation and kind of just find out who we have specifically and kind of get to know you guys a little bit better. And then we'll also have the application that'll be sent to you just so we can have all that stuff for our records and, you know, start getting to know you guys better and understanding your events and what you're doing out there with our product.
One of the things that when we first started our ambassador program is one of our goals is to create a Magfed league, and through that we need a network of players, network of resources that can support a league. So we were hoping to finish develop a good, strong community, so we can have a league that can compete for real price. And because what happened is most of the league out there that you compete is just for trophy and it's just regional. But we want to put a strong network of players together and create a league that actually compete on a regular basis, right? We go to a field and would have a set of roster of teams already there for you, and you compete against each other. And then from there, you grow your stats. That's one of the major goals that we set for ourselves in the Moderncombatsports side.
Timothy Brooks, the game log. Like I said, it's not a extensive responsibility list that we are asking from you guys. I mean, it's not going to be that formal. It will probably be more of, you know, we just check in with you every month. The photos is a big thing. We want the Modern Combat Sports Facebook page is for Magfed. You'll see the pictures and videos that we post are of players from all over the world that are not just using our products, but they're representing our name. That's kind of that's kind of where we're at with that. So it's not going to be super informal. I think we'll have photos. We have tents now, like the pop-up Easy Up tents that say Modern Combat Sports on them. We have the tech mats. We have gear that we'll be releasing here and there for you guys. Like I said, the swag part of it. So to get these players that you're going out to whatever events that you're going to be participating in, you know, kind of circulating that gear, getting photos of players, that's kind of all that we ask. So we can use that as material to show that, you know, we're essentially, you guys are doing your job out there growing the sport, and we can showcase that with our Facebook page. So the ambassador program too, I noticed we had some international questions about that too. Mike commented in the chat itself, but the ambassador program is for anywhere in the world. There is no boundary. If you want a rental fleet in Brazil, which I think we have one, don't we?
Yeah.
We have a couple ambassadors in Brazil that are actually, we're sharing their videos to our page right now. SAS in France, a lot of those bigger teams that we are actively showcasing on the Modern Combat Sports page, they are all ambassadors. So if you are in a remote part of the world and you have a paintball field there and you want to represent Magfed, contact us. That is definitely not something we can't oblige to. But keep in mind, international shipping costs again, even with the new site, those are going to be, we can't guarantee the lowest rates for anything being shipped international. Okay, so go ahead, if you guys have any questions, ask them now. I think we're going to be wrapping up here shortly.
I see one from with Skull Eagle about filling out another form. No, not necessarily there's another form. There are just some people that were accepted as ambassadors that we have not gotten any of the feedback. 'Cause, you know, one of the first things that we ask for is just photos when you get out and play. And apparently we have some, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 ambassadors, but we only getting really feedback from about
12.
So those people that are not active, that we don't know, if we know you, we see you. I know I have a bunch of people here on the West Coast in California that I work with personally. I know a lot of some of their situations, what they're dealing with, what they're going through, what some of them, why they can't host a game right now, what they're working on. So as long as we're in the know, we're willing to accept that.
Communicate. That's all we ask. Communication. This is what this whole live broadcast stuff is about. We want to be we want to engage you guys, and we want you guys to engage us back. So just communicate with us. The ambassador program, like we said before, it's not super serious. Do not think that there's this monthly checklist that you have to submit, and if you don't, then you lose it. That's not how it is. It's our priority is to grow the sport, and you guys have your own lives, which we do too. So respectively, the list of responsibilities that we ask from you are going to be very minimal, and it shouldn't be a difficult thing to ask. The only thing that we want is you guys to be proactive about it. We don't want to have to chase any of our ambassadors down or anything like that. We want you guys to feel comfortable submitting material to us so we can essentially share that to the rest of the world, or people who are on the fence about converting from tournament ball to Magfed.
It's really just a give and take. We want to be able to help you. We want to help you help yourselves. Is really what it is. And that's how we build a community, relationships with businesses, and not just I see it every day on Facebook. I mean, there's the big conglomerate of a corporation mentality, and that's definitely not what we want to do. We want to provide a community type of business where we interact on a regular basis. Yes, I will admit the company in the past has failed pretty readily on the East Coast because it's been hard to find the right employee to send to the East Coast. We've had employees that want to go to the East Coast, but they always weren't the right person, and that's what we've been looking for, trying to find the right people to send out to the East Coast that can represent what the company wants to do as a whole, just not the tactical side, or just not the LE side or military side, and realize that what everybody in Magfed generally wants is a particular style of play. I mean, we see it every day. Everybody knows, well, what is Magfed, what isn't Magfed question, or, all those never-ending stories of is this or is it not, is a Q loader Magfed or is it not. I mean, it really just depends on that event organizer. Do as you please. If it suits you and what you're trying to do to grow it in your area, because your ultimate goal is just a magazine only, 20 rounds, no heavy end loaders, no box mags, no Q loaders, then so be it. But you still have to get there. And so do what works for you, and that's all that should be mattering with anything.
One of the item I'd like to kind of touch base is the commitment, right? Because doing this is not about we just do it, and there's some level of commitment with what we're doing. So if you are looking to commit on kind of grow the sport, or want to grow the sport, then this might be a good program to get into. But if you're just gonna play and just enjoy and relax and have a good time, this program may not be the right one for you. It's kind of up to you. So what we do is we'll give the support behind it, and we give you the tools to make it happen. Why are we doing it? Why are we spending all this resource and time and energy doing it? Because no one is doing it. And we gotta start somewhere. I'm very sure down the line there will be other groups that will pop up and have other programs to help grow the sports. But right now, this is what we come up with, and this is what we have at the moment. So if you think that this is a program that you can participate and help develop and grow the sports, that might be something to look at. But like I said, is it not there's not much energy or much resource put behind this program. So to grow the sport. So this is our shot at doing it. I think in the long term, except our goal is to have a league, and to get a league, you gotta have enough players, you got enough resources, got enough network for league to happen. You can't just have a league and have 5 teams or 10 teams showed up, and who you gonna play against? Round robin and go home? Well, a league, you gotta have enough, right? Multiple teams in multiple regions compete, and you can go to regional, state, and world. I mean, and from there, the team will get notoriety they need to get bigger sponsorship, not just in the industry, but outside the industry. When you are able to get enough followers and viewers behind you, then of course you can command a stronger voice and get more incentive for that. And that's our goal. Our goal is to make the sport grow to a point where the players can be rewarded, the team can be rewarded for the effort and the work they put in. And that can actually get a prize that's sizable enough for you know what? I'm actually getting a reward for the hard work I put in. And that's actually our main goal, is to build a league that can do that for the players.
No, I'm just reading some of these posts, especially Nightmare. Jester. Well, I think the only other thing that we got to touch on before we go is probably the Bounty Hunter program that was released. Definitely want to clarify, obviously, what the Bounty Hunter program is about. And the ultimate goal for the Bounty Hunter program, in all honesty, is just more social interaction on the field and off the field. We're not trying to put bounties on people's head and just point out certain people to get shot at. We're not trying to promote any type of friendly fire when you're on the field. Definitely not going to, you remember, if you tag somebody on the field, you still have to get that person to sit in front of the sign and with the capture sign like a mugshot and take that photo. If you do friendly fire on them, I can almost guarantee you they're not going to want to take that photo. So definitely don't try to do no friendly fire while you're playing. If somebody's a referee or a photographer, it's just names that we randomly started trying to gather up and release out. So no, don't shoot the photographer, don't shoot the ref, don't shoot the game coordinator. Let's keep it fair. It's interactive players that are playing against you. If you see somebody, you want to go hunt that particular person to claim your bounty, then so be it. That's what it's about. It's about social interaction on the field. And then of course, I've gone to a lot of games and I've met a lot of great people, but there's a lot of people that I see that I can recognize and they just kind of mosey on by. People don't always interact, and we want to be able to get people from old school players to all the newbies that are coming in a reason to interact with other players, and people interact with each other, get to know each other, because that's what we got to do, is build a community. That's what works. And once you build that community, people will be more inept to come out and play on a regular basis, and that's what we want. So that's the gist of what the Bounty Hunter program is. Don't forget, we have our first prize up for this weekend. The first person to turn in 5 bounties will be getting this gun right here. Except for this is going to be a solid remote line. It's not going to be air tank and stock. But this particular gun right here in my hand is going to the first person to collect 5 bounties this weekend. So look around for games that are being played. I know there's one, I believe, in Florida. I know the MFOG is going on down south. The ever popular Callista should be out there this weekend, so make sure you go find her. But I think that's really...
Well, I want to touch base with the bounty a little bit. The bounty program, it's made so that way you can have a game within a game kind of situation. So you're going to notice that some of the events that you're going to will start to have some players, event specific. There's going to be an event specific player. That's Jonathan's. So there could be an event-specific player bounty, and you can actually go to an event and just go and collect the bounty against those players. I know I missed a lot of you guys we missed a lot of the players out there, and we have not put in a bounty. We did the initial 200
just to see everybody's reaction.
Right.
We didn't know how people were going to take it.
Right. So if you want to be, if you want to participate, just email bounty at mcswest.com with a photo of yourself and the reason why
You're wanted.
you want it for, and we'll put together a bounty for you, and so you can participate. We actually get so much requests since we launched the program. We're a little bit backed up. So I know there are a lot of people that it's on our list, but we have not added you in. So you feel left out, don't. We got you. So if you are, if you don't think that you're on it, just email. Like I said, just email. Give us your name and your information, so we'll add you in. Our intention to get everyone involved and actually grow that part of the program. So it's to create a bigger pool of players in a bouncer program, so that way there's more interactive when you go to a field with your game. There's actually more players for you to collect than just the few that's already out there.
So I saw one question on here asked what the Bounty Hunter program and how it's supposed to play. So I'll just give you kind of a short rundown. We created, we went out and found players, and we created wanted posters, and there's two types of bounties that you can claim on this player. So you go to the website, you sign up as a registered bounty hunter, and every month we're going to have a different capture card. So it's our way of being able to track that somebody's doing an active bounty and not double claiming something. And so you print out that card, and it just says captured. It has the MCS flag behind it, and like I said, it'll change every monthly. So when you're playing against a player and you see a player that has a wanted bounty against them, obviously you got to tag them out. And if you're able to tag them out and get that player to notify that you just tagged them out, you're the one that shot them, then you meet them off the field and say, hey, I'm part of the bounty hunter program. Can I capture you, claim my bounty prize? Hopefully they're all game for it. They stand in front of there and take a mugshot. The other way, because we do know that there's a lot of players that do go to games and they may play in the morning, but then the rest of the day they just want to socialize. So that's where there's the Alive bounty, where it's kind of like a selfie. Just get in there next to the person, take your normal selfie holding the capture card with both of you in the picture, and then you claim that prize. Obviously those points are a little lower because it's a little easier just to interact and meet with people. And then the tag bounties are a little bit higher. We throw in some, for some fun of it, we threw in some celebrities. We just kind of searched around the website, looked for what celebrities we've seen with any type of paintball gun in their hand.
That play paintball.
Yeah, so hopefully, I know this is maybe a little unfair for the West Coast because we have Hollywood Sports Parks there and there's probably a lot of celebrities there, but
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah. So if you find one, or if you're just out on the streets of New York and you find a celebrity, who knows? Maybe he'll let you, maybe he won't. If he does, you claim the bounty. If he doesn't, then
It's fun, interactive, and the bounty is meant to mostly why the bounty coins reward is based on accessibility. So the more often you play, the more accessible you are, your bounty probably lower, right? The less you play, the more harder to get to, your bounty probably higher. So that's how the bounty is set. So you can potentially grow your bounty if you don't get caught.
If you don't get caught for a couple months, it will up your bounty so people go finding you.
Right.
There's a few players that contacted me right away and was like, hey, my bounty should be higher.
Well,
some of them are right. I get it. I'm going to throw Jeff under the bus. Jeff Chudowski wanted to be a higher bounty because he felt nobody will claim it. So he told him, if I raise it, everybody's going to come looking for you. And he said he wouldn't expect anything else. So your bounty's been raised.
All right.
I think, is anybody else? I don't know if there's any other questions. I didn't want to just kind of go slightly over the bounty hunter program. Hopefully people understand. There are games we play this weekend. I know I said it before. ODSC's MFOG. I want to say, is it?
Well, next weekend.
Next weekend is Fog of War.
Right.
This will be gone by then, but I will actually be on the field for that game.
Well, we both will.
KT's going to dress up too. Okay, I knew he'd be there. I didn't know if he'd be on the field, but Yeah, I think
So we both will be at Fog of War. If you're California, up in the north a little bit there, look them up and hopefully see you out there and see them field. Capture our bounties.
All right, any other questions? Go ahead and just hit us up. Let us know any topics you might want to see on the next live feeds. We will be broadcasting again come Monday at 5 p.m.
All right. Thank you for watching, fellas and ladies. I'll see you guys around. Thank you.
Combat Sports.